heaviness,
He was dropping us 1,002 every weekend.
pain,
The relationship is 2 years, but I don't really see anything good. But I'm putting my all, my everything,
love gone sore,
so very happy with him.
Oh my gosh.
sinking into despair and depression. A problem shared, they say, is half solved. Share your burdens and get workable answers on Heart Matters with Tito. Every Sunday evening, 5 to 7 p.m. on this dial, Splash 105.5 FM. Heart Matters with Tito. Sundays, 5 to 7 p.m. Only on this dial.
right, 7 minutes gone past 5 this beautiful Sunday evening, the 13th day in the month of January in the year 2019. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the program Hot Matters. My name is Toyin Adepoju. Hope you had a lovely weekend and hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. On Hot Matters, we deal with issues that affect you or affect me, issues that bothers us so much, issues that sometimes we find it so difficult to share it with people around us. Sometimes we want to share it with someone we trust or someone we're sure will definitely have a listen here and also help us. Well, today on the program, the program today is coming with a twist. I have a couple in the studio, and they've been married for 10 years. They have 3 wonderful kids, and I see them as friends. They'll be sharing their experience with you and me today on the show. And why I brought them here is that they actually celebrated their 10th year wedding anniversary on the 3rd of January. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. and Mrs. Martin Caxton. I hope I got that right.
Caxton-Martins.
Caxton-Martins. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I made that mistake eventually. Caxton-Martins, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes, this is not the first time I'm having Jumoke. You know, when I say Jumoke, I'm so familiar with that Jumoke. So free to actually mention the name Jumoke. But this is actually the first time I'm having Mr. Caxton-Martins with me in the studio.
I wish they could see me.
Yeah. Well, great to have you once again.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you guys have been married for 10 years. And how did you celebrate your anniversary?
They're talking to you.
Oh my God.
Well, we had friends over from Lagos. They came to spend 2 days with us. So we spent the whole day with the family, hanging out, watching movies, playing games. And then, of course, at some point, we made sure that the kids were safely with the couple while we drove ourselves around.
Wow.
You know, some us time.
Wow.
But in all, it was a lovely day. Of course, I must mention at this point that I still did is hanging out with the boys. But, well, I've been handling that for 10 years, so
Wow.
I'm used to it.
Yes, we'll actually come to that part.
What parts?
They're hanging out with the boys, you understand? I want to know how you've been coping with that. And now he has actually been managing
I've
you.
been hanging out with the girls.
You've been hanging out with the girls?
Yes. Of course, it's not the same time of the day because the girls really have to go back to take care of the kids at that time that they hang out. But I make sure that I understand the fun is hanging out with the guys by hanging out with the girls as well.
All right, how did you guys meet? Let's start from there.
Okay. Me, Abby. Okay, how did we meet? We actually met shortly before we got married. It was really short. Very, very short, as against the general rule.
Okay.
I think we met less than a year before we got married.
Wow.
We got married officially about 10 years ago.
All right.
But unofficially 10 years and 6 months ago.
Wow.
Clap for me now.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we met at my landlord's sister was getting married, and I was contracted as the master of ceremony. And because she's my friend, she wasn't going to pay, and the wedding was very far away. So I told her that whatever happens, I'm going to date her chief bridesmaid. And is this new to you?
No, just go ahead.
Obviously, that was a joke, you know.
Okay. But, you weren't even sure who the chief bridesmaid would be.
No, it didn't even matter since I just wanted to get paid.
Okay.
I tried to use that to scare her into paying. It didn't work.
Okay.
But she paid one way or the other. 10 years after, I can tell. You know, so I got to the wedding. It was somewhere in Ekiti, and we had the wedding reception, and this beautiful, dark-skinned,
I love this,
lanky girl stood behind the bride, and I think I was trying to have them do a kiss, at the wedding reception.
Okay.
And the groom he wasn't really into it, so I tried to teach them how to kiss by making an example with the chief bridesmaid, and so she stepped out. The chief bridesmaid.
Yes, and who happens to be your wife
stepped
now?
out to come and kiss the MC. And so the MC took to his heels. Shameful though.
Was I at this wedding?
It's unlike
I don't understand.
It's unlike a Caxton-Martins, to take to his heels. So she stepped out and I ran away. And
why?
Because I was trying to be very professional at what I do.
Yeah.
I don't mix business with pleasure.
So are you from Ijebu?
No. I'm from Lagos State.
Isaleko. I know.
Isaleko. Adboli Layeni.
Go
Itafaji.
ahead. You can say that again. Brag about
And
it.
so I took to my heels, and it went off like that until someday. I think we have a mutual friend who called me and said that her friend wants to see me. And I was like, well, fine. I was really good looking.
You're still good looking.
Thanks.
Oh
I know.
gosh.
I just wanted to hear that. So I think I refused to call her back, or she sent me her number. I refused to call her back because I was now beginning to feel like the babe. I mean, who should do the calling?
Okay.
What's wrong with you? How can you ask me to call you? You wait until I call. So I think some days after, or a day after, I called back and I saw this pretty damsel, the same one I met in Ekiti. And I think she started asking me out from there.
I don't think I should have allowed him to tell the story.
Hello. They asked me that
the
question.
story now, he has taken on a life of his own.
Are you accusing me of
All right.
misrepresentation?
Okay. Or did he edit some parts?
Well, I know that the best man at that wedding was trying to get through to me, and he was blocking him.
You can't mention the best man here, please. We are talking of.
And he was blocking him at every step of the
All
way.
right.
And well, that went past, and we kept meeting at other events.
Okay.
And he would say hi, and then I had a habit of strolling in the mornings.
Okay.
And I don't know why anybody would be driving up and down at
I had a
6
habit
a.m.
of driving at that same time too.
Around that area.
Yes.
Around my area. I don't know what kind of habits.
Can you restrict my movement? I just felt that that's the route I wanted to take every day.
Okay, Bodija, right?
At 6 a.m.
in the morning. So he kept offering me rides and all, and
Were you stalking at one point?
No.
No, I think
I'm a
it was a
Caxton-Martins, we don't
coincidence,
stalk.
but he was consistent.
Okay.
So when I met someone who he called and I found out they knew each other,
Okay.
I now asked, sorry, is that the Caxton-Martins, the same one I described him? As soon as she said yes, I said, okay, just give him my number, okay? And let him call me and stop offering me rides.
What?
That pity offer.
All right.
But, well, he, of course, took his time. So I thought maybe it was that she didn't have airtime to tell him to call me. So I sent her airtime. Like I said, tell him to call me. Call him and tell him. So some 3 days later, he called and said, my friend who gave me this number thinks I know who you are. And then I described myself. And then he ended the call, called back, spent 2 minutes laughing, ended the call, and then called back again and said, hey, so let's talk. And well, I guess that was it.
I can't remember all that part.
You can't remember all that part. Okay, was it love at first sight? We'll get back to you, Mr. Caxton-Martins.
After this short commercial break.
Yes, of course.
It's ready. It's the birth of Kenzo and the bloggers. Kenzo and the bloggers will be shutting down the city live. Featuring Benga Adeyinka the First, Lighter, T-Classic, Yonda, Onyikwande, Sheun Natural, Wiser, Fabulous Busy, Ichaba, Woliagba, Beteru, Rapping Daddy, and many more. Music policy by DJ Timmy and DJ Low Beats.
Kenzo.
Venue, Mount 21 Event Center, Ring Road, Ibadan. Date, 20th of January 2019, 3 p.m. Gate fee, regular, 1,000 naira. VIP, 5,000 naira. Table, 100,000 naira. Tickets are now available at Mount 21 Event Center, Paris Bakery, and ticketmax.ng. For more inquiries, call 0703-137-3320, 0705-982-0301. This event is packaged by Daddy Events, proudly supported by Waves by Travel.
My name is Kenzo, and I'm Habami of Africa. Àsìkò ti tó tá fẹ́ dìbò yẹn ni tó hùwà má jẹ́ kó mú ẹ̀sìn kọ̀rọ̀ kan pààrọ̀ kan fún ẹ̀ Mákindé Olúṣèyí ni ó tẹ̀ka fún. Àsìkò tó tá ó dìbò yẹn ni tó hùwà má jẹ́ kó mú ẹ̀sìn kọ̀rọ̀ kan pààrọ̀ kan fún ẹ̀ Mákindé Olúṣèyí ni ó tẹ̀ka fún. Òṣèlú yàtọ̀ fọ́jẹ̀lú Ṣèyí fẹ́ ṣèlú ni olótìtọ́ lolúṣèyí tó bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ó ń ṣàgbéga fẹ́sìn Islam pẹ̀lú Kristẹni ẹlẹ́sìn kan àbáláyé ó ń kó wọn mọ́ra ẹ̀ dìbò fún kó di gómìnà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Àsìkò tó ta ó dìbò yẹn ni tó ń wá má jẹ́ kan mú ẹ̀sìn kọ̀rọ̀ kan pààrọ̀ kan fún ẹ̀ Mákindé Olúṣèyí ó ní ó tẹ̀ka fún. Níbi tó bá ti rọ́mbrẹ̀là ni ó tẹ̀ka sí o. Níbi tó bá ti rọ́mbrẹ̀là ni ó tẹ̀ka sí.
Are you satisfied with the level of your sales? Would you want to increase your customer base? Why not come do business with us at Splash FM 105.5 and we will help expose your products, goods and services to our audience. Visit us today at our corporate head office, White House, Felele, Ibadan, or call Tokpe on 080-5699-8685. Bukola 080-5699-8713. You can also transact business at our Lagos office, number 1 Adebaya Konde Center, Oba Akran Road, Ikeja, Lagos. Call Yetunde on 080-5699-8684 or email us traffic@splashfm1055.com. You'd be glad you did business with us.
You're still tuned to Splash 105.5 FM at Matters on your radio. But remember that you can actually join this conversation. If there's a question you want to ask Mr. and Mrs Caxton-Martins, you're free to call. The numbers are 0809-155-1055 or 0805-6998-678 or 0706-949-3000. Now, I asked a question before taking that break. Was it love at first sight?
For me, it was not.
Okay, let's hear him out.
No, I had to tell you why it was not love at first sight.
She asked me that question. Please.
No, let me tell you why it was not love at first sight. He had a beard that was like Pythagoras theorem. He had like one dot on either side of his mouth.
It was trending then.
And then a third dot at the bottom. And in the words of my mom, the first time she saw him, sorry, are you one of those prophets that are coming from the wilderness? You know, it just didn't look. Of course, when he starts speaking, he speaks exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's not all about the looks, but he just had a habit of always wearing shorts, going on power bikes, hardly ever combing his hair. So, you know, it's a bit difficult for it to be love at first sight when first sight is not so pleasant. But you see, he's all sweet inside. So I had to wait to see the sweetness to fall in love.
But in 2008, that was every girl's dream. You know, the short-wearing guy with boots, you know, t-shirt, six packs, not this amusement park you have turned me into. The Adolf mustache, yeah, the Afro uncle.
The bad gang now.
Yeah,
it was mustache then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was a great guy.
Okay.
I still am.
In your estimation.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, for me, I think I wanted to make a friend.
Okay.
I wanted to have a go-to person. Yeah. I figured that she wasn't just pretty.
Yes.
She was intelligent.
Yes.
And She came from a rich home. Why is everybody pausing now? You know,
I know very well. I know her very well.
So, you see this girl? She deceived me. Oh. She deceived me.
Okay.
She used to drive on Benz that time. E-class. Oh Lord. I was like, yes.
So you fell in love with the money, huh?
This is where I will settle down. Only to find out that I want a film trick, but I still love the babe.
Wow, I like that part.
But I really wanted a friend. For me, at the time, marriage was not in view. I won't lie to you. I didn't see marriage in 10 years.
So what happened? Because you said you guys were together for just a year.
I didn't see marriage in 10 years. I just wanted a friend, and I don't know what they did to me, sincerely. And I was prayerful. I don't know how I just changed my mind and got married. I don't know. But Jesus is Lord.
Well, I love that story, I must tell you. I love that story. The first time I met both of you, I don't see couple, I see friends. And I think I had a conversation with your wife, and I said, you guys, the chemistry is there, the friendship is so amazing. Is it that you guys don't quarrel at all?
We quarrel.
How can you just say like that? How can you just say like that?
But that's the truth.
You say well, we quarrel, but well.
How do you manage to solve your misunderstanding or conflict without the children knowing? Or do you quarrel?
There are some that the children will have to know. Like if I'm upset that it's coming late, would they know that it's not here around? Do you understand? So
especially when he's hanging out with the guys.
Oh well, yeah, I'm not even interested in the details, because the details can make you angrier than when you didn't know where you went. It's better for me to imagine that a friend of his had an emergency and he had to go there to help him out than to imagine that he's hanging out with the boys and that's why he has left me in darkness for 3 hours. So a lot of the time I make excuses for him. But in handling conflict, I would say that what has worked for me is I just check whatever it is I'm angry about and I ask, what would this issue matter? Say next year or in 3 years or in 5 years. And I realized that, okay, so it's the big ones, I will thrash it out. Okay. But if it's not so much, I'm just getting emotionally worked up, it's not a material difference, I just let it go.
For you, when we women, when we call me that, where have you been? Where are you? How do you...
See, she's trying. She's trying. My wife is trying. She's been through a lot. But you see, for me, conflicts, I think, I want to assume that before I got married, I had heard a lot, I had seen a lot, I had experienced a lot. And so I am better able to handle conflicts now in marriage. And somebody told me a long time ago that love won't keep a marriage. That is what keeps a marriage is a decision to make it work. So I try not to get upset. If not, I'll be a very depressed person. Because I've been through a lot.
So have I.
As a man, if you are listening, to me, I've been through a lot.
I know. Now tell us, what is this been through a lot? What does it really entail?
Okay,
is it tolerating her?
Let me give you an example of his been through a lot. Okay, he had an event on Friday in Lagos. He couldn't come back. He had to come very early on Saturday morning. He got home. I was not there. He left home before I got back home, even though he told me he was coming in. He told me when he was on his way, and I told him I was in church. Okay. I had a prayer meeting, and I had some other things to do before getting home. So by the time I got home, he had gone for another event, and I was told he did not eat.
I was hungry. I was very hungry.
And he didn't eat. And then he went for his event, finished up. When he was coming back from his event, he saw me driving, around, and he said, "Where are you going to? Church again, Abby?" And I said, "Yes." But, I didn't give him details that I was going to pick somebody. It wasn't like I was staying there, but he said church again. So he drove off. Like, okay, sort yourself. And then he comes back home eventually after I get home. And then checks the kitchen and then sees that nothing happened.
I was still hungry. 2 days. 2 days.
So, you know, he's
Listeners,
gone through a lot.
2 days.
He's going through a lot. Because,
and that's a real issue, my dear.
Exactly. Especially if I knew he traveled. And I also know that he doesn't enter events.
So you know.
So I know that he's going through a lot. Because last night when he said...
How did you manage that situation without... Yes, without being so provoked.
Is it the first time after 10 years? Why are you behaving like this now?
Oh, sorry.
I'm used to it.
Some men cannot take that.
Well,
they say the secret to a man's heart is through his belly.
I was married to a banker for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And
she also has been through a lot.
No, I was the one married to a banker. So
so you're the one going through a lot.
I'm still the one passing through. But I know that my passing through will lead me to a breakthrough. But let's still come. And I understand that she's hard on time. Right? She hardly has the kind of time I want. And so maybe, I'm not saying this is why, but maybe this is why I got used to hanging out with the boys. Right now, there are two ways to it. I can either get angry and say, you don't have my time, you're hardly around, you leave so early, you come back so late, when you come back, you're so tired, and all that. That's fine. Or I find a way around it. Now, I'm not saying that either is right or wrong. I'm just saying that I'd rather find something else to do, right, as against getting upset.
Wow.
So, getting home, no food, I still have to go to work, to the office.
The office of another event.
Yeah, I still have to go to work. I still have to get busy. I still have to do what I do and still find a way to be happy.
You know, this actually buttress what you earlier said, that love sometimes is not enough in marriage. It requires two individuals who are determined to make it work. Well, let's see if we're going to have some people call us and ask you a few questions, because some of the issues you just pointed out are issues that occur in some homes. And before you know it, couples cannot stay together for 2 years. They're like, I can't cope.
Sometimes 2 years is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, these days, it's past mark.
Now, how have you been able to spice it up for 10 years?
Well, I think that our personalities has made that very easy for us as a family, because he's the kind of person that sees fun in everything. In some 2-3 weeks, if the family has not hung out or gone anywhere together, he would notice and then start complaining and find a way to work something into it. So spicing it up at the end of the day, a lot of people who follow us on social media actually wonder, where do you guys get the time for the things you do?
And the money.
But it doesn't have to be expensive. That's the trip. We go for an event.
I hear we have a caller.
Oh, okay.
Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Please turn down the volume on your radio.
Yeah, turn it down.
All right, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Bingpe from Bodija.
All right, Bingpe, great to have you on the show.
Yes. Good afternoon. I love those couples.
Oh, great.
Said, one thing I just appreciate in them 10 years of marriage, and the way the man was talking, he was just, saying everything. Number one, I see that both of them are friends. As they are not, the man is not so, in all his explanation and what they have said, you are not saying, despite the fact that they are Christian, they have a Christian home, you didn't find the man so, I don't know how to explain it. He was just taking everything lightly, and then it was just last year. You can see the joy in all what he has been saying. It's not this grab fight and the man and the head of the home and my food is not ready. Look at that instance he gave now. That he did not meet the wife at home. You know, if it were to be some men, that home would have been set ablaze. That, what do you mean? I traveled, I came home, I didn't meet my food, and now I was coming home. You were going to church again. What? You know, Tito, I think you understand what I'm saying.
Of course I do.
Yes. So, couple, please just keep it on. You are a good example for the younger ones. I love you.
Thank you so much, Bimpe, for calling. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bimpe.
Thank you.
I'm a man.
Now, how do you guys spice it up?
Yes, I was saying that it doesn't have to be expensive, because I mentioned that people would say, where do you find the money to keep it up? For example, we went for an event in Abeokuta and the kids were with us, and instead of coming back home, we just said, let's find out what Olumorok is like, because I'd never been there before. He had, but I'd never been there. And
I'm more exposed. I've been there before.
So much fun for everybody together. And then with all the pictures, all the videos, singing, dancing, people now wonder, you see now, your friend has taken his family to Olumorok. They did not know that we went for an official event. Another event we went for in Jebu, I can't even remember which it was. We were coming back and we were passing through Berry, and he says, they say Bowers Tower is somewhere here. Let's find it.
Wow.
And the whole thing didn't take more than 20 minutes. But, we have videos of myself and the kids playing on top of Bowers Tower, recording a 360 video. We went to Lagos for another event. We stopped at the beach. Of course, we came through a break in the wall, not like we paid gate fee. The kids shared one Fanta, so it's not like we bought food. We didn't even go near the horses because the girls were afraid. But we had fun playing in the sand. We built a castle. It was free. It didn't cost anybody anything. So I don't think it costs money to spend time with family. It's just making a priority. And I applaud him for one thing. He makes it a conscious effort. When we've not had lunch together in a time, he says, it's been a while since we had food together as a family outside the house.
Hello, we have another caller.
Hello, good evening, Tito.
Yes, good evening, Sulaiman.
Wow, I think I like the way you go this week.
Q.
With my husband beat me, we haven't eaten in 2 days. Sometimes we need some good news and good story, and this happened to be one of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow, I love those couples. It sounds so adventurous. I just want to advise them to keep it up. Whatever it is that is working for them, they should keep doing it. I wish them all the best of luck.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you want to add to it?
Spice it up.
Okay, I know that I'm always out of the house. One meeting, one event, one show, or hanging out with the boys. So when I see that, oh boy, this is not the past normal, I try my best possible to make time for my wife and kids. We go somewhere. I make sure that we do selfies. Yeah, I make sure that we put these pictures on social media. Not for anything. Why I post my pictures on social media is because I know that my pictures will be safe there.
Okay.
My phone can crash anytime or be stolen, but this is why I keep pictures. That's why most times when I post pictures, I don't write any story. I just drop it there. So I consciously make out time to make sure that we spend quality time together. And at the same time, I've had times when I get to this point and I cannot afford quality time. A few times or a lot of times, my wife has paid for this quality time, one way or the other. I might just say, let's buy fuel. And my ATM card is not here, and she will buy. So I think giving attention to finance as a family is another issue we should consider.
I was about asking, when it comes to finance, how do both of you, handle perhaps financial issues? Is it together? Is it individually? Or, spontaneous?
10 years. 10 years is a long spectrum. And I will seize this opportunity to tell him that I like the first 9. In the first 9, when he makes money, he just hands it over to his wife. But you see, the past 1 year, I don't even know what's going on. Well,
things are changing.
Things are changing. Not that he's not giving the money to his wife.
Okay.
It's the money that he knows what his wife is going to do with it that he leaves. But the one that he will just leave it with his wife, he has stopped that one. Husband, this is a good opportunity for you to start that again.
Country hard.
This is a good opportunity for you to know you should start that again. But I think he just figured that it's like when she has the money, no matter how much it is, she finds a way to spread it around. All we have to do. So what he does is when he earns it, he just hands it over to his wife. Of course, after he's with the boys' money is taken out. Since I don't know how he finances that with the boys.
Wow.
Okay, that's what she thinks.
Does that bother you at times?
Oh no, it doesn't. Now,
thank you.
What I ask myself is, what do I want? When I have what I want, then
him hanging
all those
out with
other
the boys
things don't matter so much. He's hanging out with the boys, and I call that Pampers has finished. And his bum is bare and he's on your bed, as in the baby's bum is bare and he's on your bed, and I know that in a maximum of 15 minutes I will get my Pampers. Now if he cannot go back to wherever he's coming from, he might be grumpy for another 1 hour before he starts watching a movie that will take his mind off the fact that I truncated something. But my joy is that when I call, he answers. As in, of course there might be times that he might not have finished. That you will call that the Milo has finished when it has not finished. Okay. You understand that type of call. But he will always answer when you call. And I also don't abuse it. So I don't make that call more than maybe once in 6 weeks when I actually need to make the call. But once I get what I want, really, hanging out with the boys is not so hard.
Tito, there was one time. Okay. There was one time my wife used to call me at exactly 7:45 that we need bread.
AM or PM?
PM. And she knows that if I leave where I am to go and buy bread, I cannot go back there. So what I did was that when I'm going to wherever I want to go and hang out with the boys, I buy the bread. And after a week, when she noticed, my wife stopped calling me to buy bread.
Who actually talked to you about it?
It was, you try it. When you notice that when you call, he answers. Then you call now. It's trial and error. When that one stopped working, I'm hungry. There's no food I can cook this night. Buy suya. That was worked for a while.
Okay.
We used that one for like 6 months. So he will buy suya. And then the children want to eat. And they have to sleep by 9. So whatever happens, that suya must get home by 9.
So, how's it been, being parents?
For me, fun. I'll tell you why. Growing up, I had a very committed mom. My dad was super, but my mom would not let somebody else wash my hands. She won't let somebody else comb my hair. But my dad, I think because my mom was like that, my dad just looked at, was madam, take care of the boys. We're seven guys. I'm the 5th. So growing up, there's some decisions I made at the age of 5, 6. Like at the age of 5, I made up my mind that I would always pick my kids from school, drop them off and pick them from school. That's one decision because my dad, I went to a military school, primary school, and in class, everybody would want to boast of their dad's rank. Now, my dad was like the most senior guy, parent in my class.
Okay.
And he never came to pick me from school. So all the other guys will come with their ranks, drive in, pick their kids, and I'll be like, if my dad gets here now, all these guys will be like, Chon, what else? But it never happened. So I made up my mind growing up that I always pick my kids and drop them in school. So I think I started planning being a father from a very young man. I'm very close to my kids. I have a very, very good relationship with my kids. I hope they feel the same way. but I do. I'm also married to somebody who has the right ideals about child upbringing. Yeah. My ideals might be sentimental. You know, I'm the kind of daddy that your teacher beat you. Let's go there. Who is that teacher? Does he have muscle like me? You know, but my wife has proper ideals. She knows exactly when my daughter should start doing her washing her plates. She knows at what age she should start washing her clothes, at what age she should start brushing her teeth by herself. She knows all that. Left to me, I can wash their plates until they're ready to go to boarding house. Yeah, but I think she's also done some research. I married well.
I know.
I married well. My wife knows what they should wear. You know, left to me, my son would always wear a tie to church. You know, but my wife knows that okay, he wore a tie last week. Let him do check shirts or you know. I love you.
He said that.
You're welcome. They know.
How has it been like? I know that you made mention of the parenting part in your book.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would say that I'm a natural. Of course, like everything else, I read up. There was a friend of mine who told me she wanted to grow her hair, and I gave her 2 textbooks on how to grow your hair, and she just couldn't get over it. Who has a book on how to grow hair? But I actually have books on virtually everything.
Coming from your background,
I was exposed to books quite early.
You're being biased.
Because she knows the background. So I think parenting comes naturally. All these things he's saying about knowing what they should wear, when they should start, there are charts. I mean, for every stage, you would see a chart of the kind of chores each child should be exposed to at some age. And of course, there's also the part of understanding the nature of your own child when you're assigning tasks. Naturally, they also have their proclivities, paying attention to children. And then you know the amount of attention I got as a child. So naturally, paying attention to your children in their stages and understanding their nature just came naturally to me. So parenting has been easy because it just comes naturally.
He has a very busy schedule.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, we don't see it that way.
Wow.
We enjoy him, so we don't think he's busy the way he thinks he's busy, because he's not busy when we are getting ready for school. He's not busy when we are coming back from school. He might be busy after that time, but he's not busy when we are coming back from school. So he's the person that keeps track of the last place we went to for an after school treat was KFC, so the next one is Domino's. Me, I don't treat anybody if I'm in the car after school. I mean, there's lunch. Why are you getting a treat?
Did your background, both of you, because I realized that you still hold this family value so high. Today, you don't see couples, you know, having the time for their kids. They're actually in the hands of either a driver, go drop them, pick them, or a maid. But I see both of you being involved in, you know, taking care, nurturing your children. Could it be as a result of your background or something?
I think power of foresight or hindsight, as it were. When we were dating, no, courting, no, friendshiping, if there's any word like that, I realized that Jumoke is the work type. She wants to dress up in the morning and go to work and sit at a table, you know, look into her monitor, you know, send mails, receive mails. I realized that she was like that. And I've always known that I'm the streets kind of guy, you know, no wake up time, no sleep time, yeah. And I discovered that for me to get the best of her, she has to remain so. Until she thinks otherwise, which is like now or sometime last year. And maybe I should go and get a job. And so I had known before we got married that I would need to find time to cover for her lapses, even though she'll also be covering for my financial lapses.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, when she was back to the finance stuff, when she was in banking, she would get a big paycheck at the end of every month. So why can't I give her all my money? What else? If I call her now that, okay, I'm in Ghana and I'm stranded, I'll get money. Well, then, no. But now, she's jobless. Well, now she's left a paid employment, right? So I have to readjust. And it's also wisdom to know when to readjust and make sure that it's done well and at the right time.
Yeah, I'm just getting so
emotional.
Emotional.
Same here. Oh my gosh.
You know, I see understanding. I see tolerating one another. And I see growing together. And I see passion. You know, are they that easy?
Well, I must also mention that it's not, well, for me, I'm not how will I put it? I'm not the intelligent kind of person. I'm not the book reading. I read it in a book.
It's not about book.
Yeah. For me, I think for me, my wife reads. She reads a lot. The only book I've read from start to finish is her book. And we've been married for 10 years. Eze goes to school. I didn't finish it. Never I finished the holy books. But you see, there's some things that I decide to focus on.
Okay.
One of which is family. One of which is my kids and my work. Right? I might not know everything, but these things I try my best possible to be at the top of my game. Yeah. So it's not like I'm a fantastic person. I'm not messing myself up. It's not like I'm this guy, his head is correct. His head is not correct. You know.
Don't be rude to my husband, his head is correct.
Yeah.
Very well.
That's the message I want to pass.
Do you okay?
Yes. You want me to answer which question now?
No. To add to it. You know.
Oh, to what he said.
Yes. What has really kept both of you together? I see understanding one another. I see tolerance. I see, growing together. I see,
I see being friends. We were not trying to date. We were not trying to marry ourselves. We're not trying to be anything or do anything when we started talking to each other. And we were talking a lot, as in we were talking too much. As a matter of fact, when I realized I was in trouble was when I saw a text in which he was proposing to someone. And my reaction was to bite him. That was where I realized, okay, so maybe you're getting involved.
You beat me.
As in, the mark is still there.
You beat me.
Oh, yeah, it was that bad. But, that reaction was such an extreme that I had to ask myself, like, babe, you're not as detached from this friendship as you think, because I wounded him. How can you be proposing to someone? Well, maybe not that I was upset that I was proposing to someone, but I was upset that I was proposing to someone without discussing it with me.
I've been through a lot.
We can sit over the CVs and decide what we want to do, because that's what friendship is all about. So I would say that what has brought us this far is friendship, which is invaluable, because when you have a friend who knows you as you are, he was saying I'm the work type. Everybody at some point finds something in you that they want to change.
Yeah.
But friendship is knowing, okay, at least until you change, let's make it work this way. That is what true friendship is all about. And I think that this is where friendship comes in. Because the guy, like he said, he's not really okay. There are some extreme things. There are some things he would even do and you would think, how did I get here? But you are his friend. If you were not married, it would not matter so much, right? So find a way to walk around it and make sure that it doesn't affect you so much that you can't see all the good in it.
Well, we have less than 8 minutes more. Now let's talk about the relationship with the in-laws. How's it been? Let me ask Mr.
Yeah, listening to you.
Caxton-Martins.
Her relationship with her in-laws is very cordial.
No, let's start with you.
You see, the last caller spoke about starting from the positive.
Let's start with you.
Okay, for me, I think I know that I have the best mother-in-law in the world.
Woo!
No, because
that's my mommy.
Even before we decided to get married, she told me that if you want to marry this girl, that if you have my support, that if I have her support, that I should forget about the rest, and which was exactly what happened. I started getting close to my father-in-law, I think, after the wedding, and we're best of friends, and I understand because I'm beginning to feel the same way. I'm really close to my daughters, and letting them go would not be easy. But they're still young, so I'm sure that before then I would have matured. Maybe if the guy is willing to take 50 strokes of the cane. You know, my brothers-in-law, great guys. Great guys.
There was
great
one
guys.
person, but there's one I want to ask.
Which one? No. They're great guys. We have grown over the years. We've become brothers.
Wow.
We actually have become brothers. We have many issues, many being the functional part of that statement, but we have grown to become brothers. And I don't think I have any issues with the relationship with my in-laws. We're all guys. We discuss.
Yes.
We talk it out.
I understand.
And we haven't gotten to the point where we punch it out. They were.
I understand.
They didn't want me to marry their sister. Are they listening? But I overcame by the blood of the Lamb.
My relationship with my in-laws. Now, well, I don't know how I overcame, but it's been wonderful. Now, his brothers are like my brothers.
Six
fantastic guys. I don't know. They are awesome. They are wonderful, and the way they involve me, I don't feel like I've not always been a part of the family.
In fact, they sidetrack me.
Wow.
They actually talk to me. They want to get married. They probably mention it to me
first.
Not the wedding, the babe. Like, have you checked her out? Let me bring her to meet you. Then what is the issue? What do you like? What do you not like? There are others, so these are the CVs. Check. So it's been wonderful. And my mother-in-law, though initially, she didn't know where they brought me from, and so she was not really excited about the idea. That skinny Yoruba girl that they brought, but I think she just found the daughter she never had. And so she tells me the things before she tells her sons, and then I'm the one that she calls when she has any business idea or she wants to solve a problem. We are particularly close. We can actually stay up all night talking, and he does not understand what we are talking about.
Sorry.
So
we got to go now. Your final words for would-be couples who've been married for as long as 5, 6, 10 years or even more. What would you have to say to them?
Friendship is key, and everybody has issues with their marriage. Make it a choice to make your marriage work. That's all.
But that's it.
That's it, right?
That's it.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. It was short notice. Thank you very much for making this great twist on the show today. I really appreciate it. All right. Sean Killer is here to bring you the news at 6. I'll take a break and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. That Matters on your radio.